Time well spent.
Indeed it is.
Get me in it.
You blinked.
You blinked.
All right. Let's get weird. First, let's get a big round of applause for all the other comedians you saw tonight. Doing an awesome job. Russell Hamilton hosting. And keep it going for your bar staff, getting them all pretty fun. All right, and back to me now. I had an agnostic witness come to my door the other day. I don't think he was very sure of anything, because this is weird.
Oh my god.
But no, Chris was talking earlier about doing DDR and stuff, and it's weird because I love doing comedy. I feel like a rock star, a celebrity. It's awesome. But no one's walking around with comedians on their t-shirts. They're not playing our jokes on the radio, and they're not making games about us. But it totally makes sense, because that would be the worst game ever. Could you imagine Comedy Hero? You're trying to do a good job, and you're failing, and all of a sudden a heckler just shouts out, I bet that agnostic witness joke was funnier in your head, wasn't it? You gotta just double tap X to hold back the tears. And it would only be like this for half the time. The other half would be professional fry cook hero. Or erectile dysfunction hero. Yeah, groupie finally wants to sleep with you, but your erection's slowly fading. Double tap X to hold back the tears. It's cool though being here because I'm not originally from around here. And I always fancied myself as a man. I feel like, having a stable job, I can pay the bills, and I can keep a roof over my head and food on the table, and that makes me a man. And then I come to the South, you guys have a totally different kind of man around here. And I'm not trying to offend anyone, so I don't want to use the term rednecks, so we'll just call them lawn care professionals. But they're so they are men. They work all day in the hot sun and they're lifting things with their hands, and it's awesome. And then when they get off work, they're still outside. They're like, want to go fishing? I just bought a new hook. Didn't want to lose it. Kept it right here on my hat. And it's weird seeing that hat too, because it's all camouflage and it's got a big Dixie flag on it. And to me, when I see that, I just think the South will rise again. But then I think they can't. They can't possibly still be clinging to that notion that the South will rise again. We have a black president. At some point, I feel like you should probably just set less lofty goals, maybe instead of the South will rise again, maybe it's the South will have PBR on tap.
You from the Midwest? Midwest?
This is a listening show. No, I do like to think that I'm a man, because there was this one time, my friend Chris and I were walking down the sidewalk, and there was 4 or 5 black guys coming our way. And we were talking, and all of a sudden a cloud came and covered the sun, and cast a shadow on all of the earth. My friend turned to me and said, man, it got dark out here fast.
Oh my.
To which they replied, the fuck did you just say? Clearly, we were not talking our way out of that one. So did the first thing I could think of, and I just ran away. Because I like to consider myself a little bit of a pacifist. Not a fan of violence. But I say it down here, and people are like, oh, pacifist? You mean pussy. Yeah. But, it's I think the national anthem is long enough, by the way. Because I'm sick of every time you hear someone trying to sing the national anthem, they make it so much longer than it needs to be. They're just, oh, say, can you see we're 5 words into this song. That is unnecessary. And then at the end, it's like they never want it to end. They're just like, and the home of the B-R-A-V-E, the bravest, we are the bravest. Stop it. By the way, government, if you want people to stop illegally downloading music, maybe you shouldn't give it such an awesome name. Piracy? Are you shitting me? Childhood dream come true. My friends are all like, hey, check out this new song I got on iTunes. Only 99 cents. And I'm like, I don't pay for my music. They're like, well, where do you get it from? I'm a swashbuckler. Like, really? That's awesome. Like, yeah, you can man the keyboards if you want. Next we set sail for the forbidden land of Metallica. Well, you gotta be careful because, pirating music, music's kind of a gateway pirating because I've evolved since then. I've become pirating more and more things. And like, for example, I don't have health insurance, but this old sea dog still knows how to get his hands on some pretty good Percocet. And while we're on the topic of music, can I just say Spotify? I don't trust anything that just sounds like bad administration. I think I might be the worst possible person you could have on a jury. Do not want to get drafted for jury duty for 2 reasons. I'm very indecisive. And I was also raised never to be a snitch. So it's just a lot of, maybe he did it, maybe he didn't do it. All I know is I didn't see nothing. Dude, we just want to know, should you pay the parking fee today? Absurd. I hate people that start sentences with the phrase, tell me why. They're like, tell me why I went out to a bar last night, got crazy drunk. Woke up this morning, still drunk. Fuck you. I was watching this movie one time. It's like an old Western film. And this dude just kind of blew into town. And some like overly good Samaritan was just giving him a tour of the old Western town. He's like, hey, over there's the general store. Over there's the sheriff's office. And actually coming this way is the sheriff himself. And the guy was like, well, who's that over there? And he goes, oh, that's just a town drunk. And then they continued moving on. But I didn't continue moving on in my head. Because that's a really weird description. That's his name and his occupation. His town. How do you get that job? That would be fantastic. Like, is there an application you gotta fill out? And just like, oh, special skills. Will work for booze. Easily belligerent. Does not play well with children. See previous special skills. It'd be awesome. Or what if it's not that? What if it's just like you're sitting in a bar in your stupor and you're drinking and the town drunk just happened to stumble in and you make eye contact with him and he's like, it's on, motherfucker! And you're just doing shot for shot with the town drunk. And then what happens if you win? And then you become the town drunk. What happens to the old town drunk? Does he have to go like assimilate back into society now? Like he can see his wife and kids after 4 years? Does that have to be a used car salesman? Like what is that about? I like watching kids, by the way. Stay with me. Because they're awesome. They have their own like little primitive bartering system. And if you don't believe me, just walk by any playground during recess holding a cupcake. Because they'll run up to you and be like, hey mister, can I have your cupcake? And you're like, no, get the fuck out of here. And then they're like, please. And you're like, no. And he's like, I'll be your best friend. Go on. Because what if that was like a legally binding contract? What if I can call him up from jail like 20 years later? You know, he's like, dude, it's 3:45 in the morning, what are you doing? It's like, I know, shit got weird. And he's like, yeah, anyway, I need you to bail me out. And he's like, dude, just like, yeah. And then his wife's just like, honey, who is it? And he's like, oh, just some dude who gave me a cupcake 20 years ago. But my friends have really, because like we're at that age where a lot of my friends have started to have kids, and they've kind of turned me off to the idea of kids because of them. You know, like one of my friends is just like, Aaron, when are you gonna have a baby like mine? It's beautiful. It's the best conscious decision I've ever made with my life. And I'm like, first of all, I was at that party. You can take the word conscious out of that altogether. And then you're just left with best decision I ever made in my life. I'm like, come on, Becky. I remember before we were calling him little Trevor, everyone was calling him Mommy's little 9-month hangover. So right away, that totally just turns me off. And then there's like all these questions I have about kids. Should I have a kid one day? You know, what do you do if let's say your kid wants to sleep with you in the middle of the night because he's afraid of the storm? What are the rules on spooning? Like, can I, or does he, or do we both just awkwardly like, do I have to 96 my kid is basically what I'm asking. It's awkward. Or like if your son pees on you while you're changing his diaper, what are the rules on retaliation? Do you have to be an adult, or can you say, fuck him, he's not forming memories yet? I don't know. I have no idea what the appropriate course of action is. And I just keep cycling through those kind of questions in my head, and it's more like, you know, I don't know what kind of parent I want to be. I just know what kind of parent I don't want to be. It's that kind of parent that when you get to the playground and all the kids are together, and then it turns into like you're watching a dog competition almost. And they're just like, oh, now entering the playground, we have Tammy and her son Trevor. Trevor is a Caucasian short-haired. He likes punk rock music and hopes to do something in agriculture someday. Next up, we have Bonquisha and her son Jamal. That's racist. Jamal has been captain of the 8th grade football team 5 years in a row. I don't know, it's hard to tell, and I don't want to be a really bad parent, because if you are a bad parent, your kids end up in an orphanage. And an orphanage is just like this weird little Babies R Us. They're just like, oh, come right in. We got black babies, we got white babies, we got yellow babies, we got everything under one roof. Like, get in here. Do you want a baby with a predisposition for alcoholism? You want a baby going through withdrawal? Oh, we got those. I'm just saying facts, people. Come on. I had a mental breakdown recently. It was awkward because, like, my roommate, he never really came into my room at the time. He didn't, you know, we didn't really, like, coexist. Like, we knew each other and all that, but it was just kind of, and so one day, he finally built up the courage to just kind of come into my room, see what's going on. And he had the misfortune of walking in on me mid-breakdown, where I'm standing in front of a mirror, naked, crying, cutting my hair violently with Perks of being a Wallflower on the TV. And he saw it and froze. And he just started to slowly back away. And in my head, I wanted to explain to him, like, hey, I'm going through a thing. It's not normally how I am. You should probably come back like in a day or two and it'll be better. What I wanted to say, what ended up happening was me chasing him down the hallway, still naked, still crying, screaming, "This is not normal!" Pretty sure he knew that was not normal. But I had a lot of anxiety, and I think that's kind of what led to that whole deterioration of my mental state, is because I have anxiety and I worry about really weird things. Like this one time, I got off work late, and I went to the store to get some beer, and then as I was walking out and I was ready to head home, I realized I didn't text my girlfriend to let her know I was running late. So So the entire drive home, I was just running through that scenario in my head, just pre-planning the argument, and I had my defense all set up, you know. She's like, where were you? And I was like, oh, store, bam, blocked. And then she would just be like, you're cheating on me. I was like, no, receipt, proof. And then it was going to be for 20 minutes, I had this argument, and then I was sitting in the driveway, too afraid to go inside, so I was like, I know it's going to be a huge thing. She's not going to believe me no matter what I say, and then there's going to be like a week or two where it's just miscommunication and mistrust, and then on the third week, she's going to stay out super late just to get back at me. And then as I was walking towards the door, I realized I don't even have a girlfriend. There was no need for that. But my brain just goes in, and like, I wish I could be like my dog. Because my dog doesn't give a shit about osteoporosis. But I'm afflicted. It's a thing where, you know, growing up, I thought spontaneous combustion was going to be a much bigger thing than it turned out to be. And it's weird. Spontaneous, it's a weird thought, because people just randomly bursting into flames, nobody's looking into it. Just chalk it up to one of life's great mysteries, like UFOs, or crop circles, or how Keanu Reeves still finds work. Nobody knows. But I have all this anxiety. My friends always are trying to help me out. They're like, you know what you gotta do? You gotta smoke some weed. So they prescribe it now. There's medicinal marijuana, and you can get a prescription for anxiety. And I don't know if I'm smoking the wrong kind or what, because I get even more paranoid. Like I almost Chris Browned my friend's girlfriend the other day. Because I thought she stole my cell phone. But it turns out my pockets just go way deeper than I thought they did. I think the best example of my anxiety was I bought this hat from Walmart actually, and I went into Walmart like a week or two later. And I saw my hat and I was like, hey, there it is. And then, which by the way, have you ever noticed like the hierarchies of shopping centers that we have here? You know, there's Target and Walmart, and they're at the top. There's like one's bright blue, one's bright red. You walk inside, they're very brightly lit. There's good music playing. All the DVDs are on the shelves, organized alphabetically and by genre. And then you go to Kmart, a little more dim, music's a lot softer. Those families are just kind of, you know, broken homes, just shuffling through the aisle. DVDs are slapped on the shelves just any other way. Just like, okay, it's Kmart, what do you expect? And then you go to the dollar store, and then there's like almost no light. It's like they're running off of natural light alone. The music's non-existent. It's just single mothers looking haggard, buying fun-sized portion of SpaghettiOs to last them a week. And then there's three stoner kids sword fighting in a corner. So I was at Walmart, and I saw my hat, and I was like, hey, there it is. And then my anxiety just like totally kicked in full gear. And I was like, they're gonna think you stole this. I was like, I gotta get out of here. So I took off my hat, and like, I hid it in my coat, and I was heading to the door, you know, to look less suspicious. And then this weird fantasy like played through my head where like I broke through the first door, and I was waiting on the second door, but it took forever, and then they got me, and it just took me into this Walmart interrogation room. They're like, you're not from around here, are you, boy? I'm like, no, I mean, technically, I guess I'm from Jersey. And they're like, well, we don't take too kindly to shoplifting around here. I'm like, well, I bought the hat. And it's just like, oh, you Arabs are all the same. I'm like, I'm Puerto Rican. I said, well, I don't see any glitter and rainbows. I'm like, that's the wrong pride parade. Shit. It's weird that I've been trying to kind of trace the anxiety back, trying to figure out where it comes from, and I don't want to blame it all on my childhood. But there's one story stands out in particular. When I was a little kid, my uncle used to live with us, and then he went to jail. And my mom was just trying to protect us, you know, don't expose them to things before their time, kind of a thing. So instead of jail, she said he went camping. I said, camping? Camping where? And she goes, upriver, your uncle went upriver. I was like, well, he needs to be careful, because I hear bears like to wait by the river and paw at the fish. If he's not careful, he might get scratched. And she said, oh no, son. He doesn't have to worry about that where he's at. No, where he's at, the bears will just bend you over and fuck you. You'll never go camping. But, no, like, I used to worry a lot with my ex. Like, I used to worry that I was bad at sex. That was a huge concern for me. I used to ask all my exes, you know, am I bad at sex? And they'd be like, no, baby, you're fine. They would always use the same tone my mom would use, and she was like, you're a catch. It makes it really awkward. It's hard to trust that kind of logic. But, I do try to be good, like on a date. I try to be the best version of me that I can be. You know, like when I go on a date, I like to show up 5 minutes early. Not too much that you feel rushed. Just enough to show that I can be punctual. You know, we get to the restaurant, I'll hold the door for you. We get to the table, I'll pull out your chair. And then when it comes time to order, I go really old school, and I order for them. Oh, it's fantastic. Just like, oh yes, I would like the sirloin, cooked medium rare with a side of mashed potatoes and a nice glass of wine. And she'll have the glass of water. That way, she can chew on the ice cubes and in her mind pretend she's eating a delicious salad. But then still actually go throw up later. Because I'm a gentleman. I'm looking out for her figure. That's a long way to go for a bulimia joke. You nailed it. Suicide's an interesting topic to me. It's just one of the things I deal with. Because like you guys are drinking tonight, right? Right. And you guys all drink to have a heightened sense of fun and awesome. When I drink, I tend to get a heightened sense of just depression and shame. And so you know, I'm not saying kill yourself. I'm just saying if the highlight of your day is you get to use the phrase 2 birds, 1 stone. Again, not saying kill yourself. I'm just saying that's a hobby depressed people tend to have. Because it's never in a positive way. It's never like, hey, I'm going out to the bank, and then I'm going to go out to the grocery store while I'm out. Per 2 birds, 1 stone. Never happy. It's always just like when you're finishing up on the toilet and you realize you're out of toilet paper. So you just kind of look over at the shower and go, 2 birds, 1 stone. I try to have fun with my depression a little bit. I pranked phone called the suicide hotline one time. Oh, yes. And they picked up and he was really chipper about it too. He's like, suicide hotline, how may I help you? And I was just kind of thinking about killing myself. What do you suggest I do? He's really quick to respond. He's like, I suggest you don't do it. And I was like, no. I think you might have misunderstood. See, I'm thinking about killing myself, but I don't want to die in a very conventional way. Like, I feel like everybody hangs themselves. So I don't want to go out like that. I was thinking, what about, like, battle axe to the head? You guys hear about that a lot? He was like, no, I can't say that I have. And I was like, thanks, man, you're a lifesaver. Well, you know. I feel like that would be the worst job in the world, though. Working at the suicide hotline. Because every morning you wake up and you're trying to be happy. And you know, you put your headsets on, you got your big cup of coffee, and you sit down at cubicle 7, and right away you got some asshole just screaming in your ear, just, I'm gonna jump! I'm gonna do it! You're like, dude, it's 7:01, like, why would you, fuck, I gotta deal with this? Then what if you fail? That's the part of the job I don't think I could do. It's talking someone down from a ledge. Because what if you do fail, and he jumps? Because to me, there's nothing more frustrating than when someone just stops talking in the middle of a sentence. Shit just gets old. Just saying, it's an interesting topic to me. Because it's something that's uniquely human. Only humans kill themselves. You'll never see a gazelle on the plains of Africa just drowning himself in a water hole. All the other gazelles are like, Ted, what are you doing? He's like, fuck you, man, that cheetah's way faster. I think the reason that it's uniquely human is because mankind is the only species where the women have developed the ability to just nag the shit out of you. Because, like, for example, if you go to a zoo and you see the monkeys, what are they doing most of the time? They're either just shitting in their hands and throwing it, or they're violently jerking off. But if their women could talk, you know they wouldn't allow that. I was like, stop that, what are you doing? That's disgusting. My parents are coming over. Oh, you'd rather touch yourself than touch me. I see how it's going. And if the monkeys had to deal with that enough, they would just climb the nearest tree and then hang themselves by their tail. And the sheer mechanics of that are mind-boggling. But they would figure it out. I think the one species I would feel the most sorry for them, if their women could talk, would have to be lions. Because it's like one dude and then 9 bitches. Oh, they would all just, I feel like they would just all gang up on him all at once. You know, he's just chilling under a tree, and then all of a sudden they're just like, yeah, we kind of want equal rights right now. How about you go fucking hunt, and we get to chill all day under a tree. And they would just all gang up on him, and then finally he's like, fine, I'll go. So he goes, and he gets a zebra by his mouth, and he's carrying it back to his den across the fucking Serengeti, and he just lays it down, and he goes, boom, I have provided. And then they just jump on him all at once, like, we just cleaned that floor, what are you doing? Getting blood everywhere, and it smells, get him out of here. It's like, bitch, you see what I did to his neck? It's like, he's looking at me funny, get him out of here. No, lion doesn't even say anything, he just walks into his room with a handgun and a bottle of scotch. Maybe that's just my opinion on relationships. I did just get dumped recently. It was right around my birthday, and she was just like, hey, Aaron, I'm having a little difficulty figuring out what to get for you for your birthday. Because you have everything you need, and everything you want, you just go around and get anyway. So I was thinking, how about this year, I just say yes to one thing I would normally say no to. Is there anything you want me to do for you that I would normally say no to? And I was like, yeah. How about that abortion? I'm just glad she told me early, because I was planning on using that for my candle wish. Miscarriage. It's weird being single now though, because like it was the first time I've ever been dumped, and you can't tell people that without sounding like you're bragging. But it's a weird problem to have, but it's still a problem nonetheless, because it's never happened to me before. I've never been dumped, never happened. So I didn't know how to respond, so I got really frustrated for a long time, and I was really angry at her, and then I realized I've broken up with plenty of women. Just respond the way they do. Because clearly that is appropriate breakup behavior. So I keyed her car, I texted her best friend, I told her she had a small penis. Like usual breakup things. It's weird now, because being single means I gotta start having sex with strangers. And that's weird, so I never really had to do that before. And I just recently found out that I have the same taste in women as a necrophiliac. Like I'm pale, quiet, not afraid to get a little dirt under their fingernails, flexible, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And it's weird though, trying to plan ahead, because like it's Wednesday, but Saturday's gotta be like get laid day. You gotta plan ahead for that now. And all my friends like crazy oversimplified. They're just like, oh, you just gotta get dressed, go out to a bar, find a girl you like, take her home, rinse, and repeat. I got two problems with that. First of all, take her home, not even convince her to go home with you. Take her, what kind of rapist talk is that? And then second, the whole rinse and repeat thing, I have way too much anxiety for that. I can't just head and shoulders herpes away. It doesn't work. But if you want to get laid, you gotta just roll the dice now. Apparently, you just gotta go for it because it's socially unacceptable. Just go up to a girl and be like, excuse me, miss. You're very beautiful. By any chance, do you have syphilis? Heard that you said no, but any chance you could like show me the Carfax? And what if she did? What if she just like handed it over to her and you're just like, all right, let's take a look. Had a pregnancy scare there, no not. You took care of that pretty quickly. Doctor gave you a couple of pills for some bumps, and those went away after a week. This was a term paper. This would be a C at best. But a C is still passing, so I'm taking you home. Get in the van. I called a phone sex hotline one time. Oh yeah, I wasn't expecting that. That's cool. Yeah, yeah, it happens. It gets dark at times, so you gotta kind of just roll with the punches. And it was weird because it was my first time, and she was very much a professional. She's like, "What are you into?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know." She was just like, "Well, how about we start with a little bit of role playing?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can probably get behind that." Or in front, whichever she wanted. And but like we did our thing, like we hung up and it was awesome, it was a cool experience. But I feel like she got crazy into her role because 9 months later she called me back asking for child support. And I was like, that's not possible. Because I imagined I was wearing a condom the whole time. And she got me. She was like, I imagine it broke. And I was like, damn it. Man, it's awkward now, like being single. Because I thought it was awkward before going to the store and trying to buy a box of condoms with my girlfriend. And it's always awkward and weird. But apparently it's even more awkward when you don't have a girlfriend and you're going to the store and you're trying to buy a bottle of lube. Because they'll ring it up. And they'll look at you. You feel like you gotta justify yourself. You're like, oh, is that not toothpaste? I thought that was toothpaste. I could put it back, but we're already here. So. The squeaky door at home, I think some KY can fix. I don't know, but yeah, she left and she's a bitch, but I'm not bitter. And it does beg the old question, though. The old nature versus nurture. Are women born to ruin a man's life? Or is it something that's taught to them? And I actually think I have the answer. I think it's taught to them, and I know when it occurs. I've done some research, and they've gotten back to me with the information, and here's when it happens. Did you guys ever have sex ed in high school? All that? Health/PE is what they call it for me. It was awful. There's 1 week you're playing dodgeball, and then the next week Coach Tugnuts decides to pull a PhD out of his ass and you got anatomy. But that's when it happens, because it's separate. Girls in one room, boys in another. And it's so much easier for the guys. So the guys just walk in, he's like, all right, you know, bell just rang, you guys sit down. Here's what's gonna happen. You guys all have penises. You guys should all, you know, probably wear a condom if you ever use those penises. Otherwise, you can get a series of STDs. And then he proceeded to show us a slideshow of STDs. He had the clicker and everything. And he got crazy into it because he was giving them weird nicknames. Like there's one, like you see it, and it's got spikes just coming out of it. And he's like, you see that? Call that the lion's mane. So you see how this one went from being kind of green and yellow 1 week, and then the next week it's purple and yellow? Call that one the Brett Favre. Click, click. But women, they have it way more regimented. It's more just like, sit down and shut up. We're gonna recap what you guys learned last week. Cool. So, we learned how to get a guy, was the general topic, how to get a guy. And just to recap on that topic, girls, some of you will notice that you're starting to develop breasts. Ladies, others of you will develop them later, and let's be honest, some of you never will. Moving on. How to keep a guy. Best way to keep a guy is to make him dependent on you. Tell him that his stupid haircut looks great so that other women don't find him appealing. Ruin his credit score is another great way. Because after all, if you need new shoes, why should you be the one to have to pay for them? But then it gets weird because like the final exam for men is so easy. It's just like all multiple choice with one essay question that is say penis without laughing. But women have like all fill in the blank with essay questions like, oh, the Virginia State Penal Code defines fraud as... Who knows? But, you guys probably wondering, where did I get this top secret information? How did I learn this? And I'll share that information with you. Since the mid to late 1980s, the government has put together a top group of men designed to infiltrate into the female ranks and report back to us their findings so we can all learn to cohabitate together. And these guys are called Guys Analyzing Your Synopses, or gays for short. Don't get me wrong, I do like gay people, but not gay. I think that's important for this next story. Because I like gay people, but I won't ever, like, I hear a lot of girls say, like, I love all gay people, and it's like, no. I like some gay people, not all of them, because gay people are still people, and some people are fucking assholes. No pun intended. I went to this party in Radford, and it was me and my friend Derek, and this dude shows up, and he starts hitting on my friend Derek. And I'm not just like suspecting his name was Gay Ray, so like there's no suspect about it. He was gay. He walked in, he was like, hey, and he saw me, and he was like, and it hit the ego a little bit. And I was like, why do I not deserve a really long hey? So I kind of, I had to validate myself, so I kind of popped my collar, I did one of these, and I went for it. And I lost him because he went straight into the bathroom. So I decided the best course of action is to just post up outside the bathroom and wait. And sure enough, he came out, and he walked by, and I was like, hey! Like, he dropped his head inside, like, he really expected this. He knew this was coming. He was avoiding it, but he knew it. He's like, what? I was like, why won't you hit on me? I'm a catch. I swear to God, this is what he said. He was just like, sweetie, the only relationship you and I would ever have is if I really need to take a shit and you were a toilet seat. Right? That's a fucking asshole. No, he made me that kind of level of angry that I wasn't like being homophobic. I was more just hating him directly in a way that it was, I hope that he crashes his car into an 18-wheeler that spills toxic waste all over him, but doesn't kill him, and not the cool kind of toxic waste that gives him superpowers, the kind that causes him to painfully shit plutonium bricks for a week and a half as he slowly dies of radiation poisoning. I like these people. But, no, I've been single for a long time, and, can anyone teach me how to remove a bra? Because that's like the most complicated, because like, when you're with a girl and you're mostly doing face stuff, you can't really look at what's going on. So you do the one-handed kind of behind, you're doing the claw thing to try and get it, and then that doesn't work, so then the other hand has to come around. still face stuff, and he's trying to make it like it's a Chinese finger trap where you gotta push it together so it comes apart. It's not working, and then you realize like, oh, silly me, there's snaps. You gotta pull out. That's how there's snaps, and you're pulling it and it's tearing, and it's not working. And then finally she gives up on you. She's like, ah, it's in the front. I went on a sex drive recently, and for those of you that don't know what a sex drive is, it's basically when a girl promises a guy that she will sleep with him as long as he's willing to drive 4 hours out of his way on his only day off that week to go see her. And then he shows up and he's exhausted from the road trip, so they put on a good romantic comedy to help set the mood, and then they take a nap. And that's it. It's awful. And I know what you guys are wondering, what kind of guy would want to go on a road trip like that? And I think I have an idea. I think it's the type of guy that wakes up one day and goes, oh no, I've been single for a year now. Which means I haven't gotten any in over a year now. So I'm totally going to commit to this right away, and then he realizes that's 3 days away. He doesn't even know if he's sure about how to have sex anymore, let alone even how to kiss a girl. So then he goes upstairs into his room to practice on his pillow. And then his roommate kicks the door in with 2 shots of Fireball saying, who's ready to get rowdy? And he's going to pull his pants up and pretend it's more comfortable to sleep in the nude. And he takes his shot of Fireball and lets his tears fill up the shot glass all over again. But he doesn't drink that because even though he's depressed, yeah, he's still got some dignity. And he stumbles back downstairs and he's starting to have a party. And he's telling himself over and over again, I'm a man, I can do this because I'm a man, I can do this, it's not an issue, I'm a man, I'm a man. And then he remembers he locked his keys in his car, so he cries like a bitch for 30 minutes till AAA shows up. It's kind of a vague description of the type of person. Good toast? You guys want to put them up?
Yeah!
I got nothing. To all the kisses I've snatched, and vice versa. It's weird being single for that long because I didn't choose it. You know, normally when I was getting out of a relationship, you have your plan B and then you just could do. Like, that's fine. But, you know, I didn't expect that. I didn't have my plan B. You know, she left me and now, like, I can't get laid anymore and it's awkward and it sucks and it honestly feels like the opposite of rape. Like, she's forcing non-sex onto me now. And you can't call the police for that, though. You can't just like, you know, 911, what's your emergency? I just want to love somebody. But how great would it be if you could? You call the police and they're just like, sir, we're sending someone on your way now. And then they get to the scene, they get out of the ambulance and you're standing on the street corner and he's like, my God, it's the worst case of blue balls I've ever seen in my life. It's like, calm down, rookie. Light the lavender candle. If you don't set the mood quickly, we're going to lose them. And then it just kind of loads you in the back of the ambulance. And we're like, all right, we got to remove the pants. Nope, his erection's being impossible. Take the belt off. Scalpel. We got to cut it.
Jaws of life.
Pull it off. And then it's like, all right, fleshlight. Clear. Heart rate through the roof. His eyes are rolled in the back of his head. I think we're losing. Oh, no, he came. Yuck. Then they just pick you up and they just lay you on the sidewalk for you to take a nap. Then it becomes like this whole new problem. You know, just like married, successful people will just be like, really? My money's going to hand jobs in the back of an ambulance. That's what my taxes are going towards. And then just all pissed off on their way to work, just stepping over all the people napping, like, get a date, loser! It's Saturday night, make some plans! Alright, my name's Torres. Thank you guys very much.
guys, can we get another round of applause going for Aaron Torres? I am literally blown away about what I just witnessed. That was fucking awesome.